Hey gang, it's your boy. You all have most likely seen this granny pepper spraying this couple in a dog park. As pointed out in this Red State article, our doggone snitching society gives rise to pepper spray Karen. But let's see what the details are. This was published on July 26th. This happened in San Diego on Thursday. Jared Kelly and his wife, Ash O'Brien, were soaking up the sun and chowing down at the Rhodes Dog Park. But things got rough. Man, this article's full of puns too. But things got rough when their dog day afternoon turned into a hairy situation, courtesy of a Karen. As per Ash's Facebook post, she thought they had a good excuse. Amid Jared, Ash, and their 3-month-old puppy's picnic, an irate woman approached and began to hound them. The livid lady yelled at the trio, labeling them idiots. Some might say co-idiots. So why did she have a problem? Was it because they were eating? No, it's because they weren't wearing a mask. They're trying to kill Grandma. Oh damn, Karen is Grandma. It's self-defense, y'all. So the narrative from Ash is, we were not wearing masks because we were eating. You can't wear a mask and eat at the same time. Then she started saying more stuff, and I told her to leave the park and stop harassing us. She came right up to our table where we were eating, pointed and maced at me first and got a little on me, and then my husband stepped in and took the entire can. Let's watch the video. Wow, she's really going for it with that pepper spray.
What are you doing? You cannot be serious. You just maced him? You just maced him?
Really wish I could hear what the old lady's saying there, but with that mask on, it's really hard to hear people if you haven't noticed. So among the other negative effects of wearing a mask, you got miscommunication and nobody can read your non-verbal cues in your face.
You just maced him? You just maced him and their food because you disagreed. Don't worry, I'm videotaping. Don't worry.
Oh my god, she just let out their puppy. I don't think that's hers.
I'm not going to.
That's not okay.
This is not for.
That is not okay.
Not okay.
You can't treat people like that.
What's
that
wrong with you, lady?
That is wrong.
Wow, she almost shut the door on its face.
You can't go around doing things.
It's okay, guys. This is her car.
You made somebody.
Citizen journalism.
Don't worry, I got it. You weren't defending yourself, lady, and I've got this.
Did she hurt her?
I didn't do anything. She didn't do anything.
That's right, she didn't do nothing. So back to the narrative, she just came up without saying anything and just stuck the mace can right out in my face. My husband, being a good guy, walked in front of her and was like, hey, calm down, please don't do this. And then she grabbed him and just started macing him. She used the entire can on him. Wow, what is it with people getting maced for not wearing masks? It seems like it's turning into a trend. As for Ash, she thinks the lady's attack is what you get when you cross a bulldog with a Shih Tzu. Oh, this article, man. I want her to go to jail. She assaulted my husband and I'm angry about it. Later on Facebook, she stated, my husband is a very mature man and I wouldn't have wanted him to handle the situation any other way. All we want from this is to get her arrested so she can't put any other people or animals at risk. Yeah, there was dogs everywhere when she let loose with that spray, and I'm guessing they're a lot more sensitive to it than we are. Apparently the couple was not completely in the right though, because there is a no food policy, but that's not why she maced them. Then again, there's no food policy in the dog park. Why is there a freaking picnic table set up there? Those cues are a little confusing. And we have partially to thank articles like this one from Yahoo Life. It's okay to yell at strangers who don't wear masks by Matt Schneiderman. Thanks, Matt. July 14, 2020, they put out this piece of garbage which encourages people to confront others who don't wear face masks and to use scientific reasoning to encourage them to wear a mask based on zero science. It starts off with a bunch of misinformation like your indignation at that Target shopper in front of you in line without so much as a handkerchief, like that's any more or less effective than a mask, around their neck is warranted. Wearing a mask is crucial. Says who? Fauci? Fauci, the guy who said wear a mask right after he said don't wear a mask? Man, Mommy Wickwicki is not gonna like any of this. Maybe I'll get one of those helpful little CDC or Health Canada boxes underneath this video. That'd be funny. So let's do what this article doesn't do, and let's actually listen to a physicist who explains airflow around a mask.
But then you can ask, why do masks not work? That's conclusive that masks don't work in this application. So you have to separate that the randomized controlled trials tell us, first of all, that masks don't work in this application. If they did work, you would have seen it, and you're trying to detect it, and you don't detect it. That's one thing. I've come to the conclusion that the most prominent vector of transmission is these fine aerosol particles. And those fine aerosol particles will follow the fluid air. So in a surgical mask, there is no way you're blocking the fluid air. When you breathe wearing a surgical mask, the lowest impedance of airflow is through the sides and tops and bottoms of the mask. In other words, very little of the airflow is going to be through the actual mask. The mask is only designed and intended to stop your spitballs from coming out and hitting someone. It's not about ensuring that the flow of air is through the mask, and it's not through the mask, it's through the sides.
So when it comes to wearing masks and airflow, I'm gonna listen to this guy, who's a physicist. And if that doesn't do it for you, here's your sacred cow, Dr. Anthony Fauci, talking about whether or not people need a mask, before he was for people needing a mask.
Right now, people should not be walking. There's no reason to be walking around with a mask. When you're in the middle of an outbreak, wearing a mask might make people feel a little bit better, and it might even block a droplet, but it's not providing the perfect protection that people think that it is.
So let's get back to this piece of tripe that's actually encouraging people to get into confrontations with other people because they have a different opinion about mask wearing. We get stage 1, minor annoyance. When your anger is at this level, your best option is, in most scenarios, is to let it go. Let's just say that for all 5 stages of this. Stage 2, they give you the same recommendation, just get away if possible. Stage 3, this is the level where not saying something bears a greater risk than saying something, say, at a kid's birthday party. Okay, obviously knowing the person not wearing a face mask, or knowing someone there who does, makes engaging them far less fraught, but it should still be done considerately. Don't throw a birthday party for kids if you're so damn afraid of dying from a respiratory infection. Initiate any conversation with someone not wearing a face mask as just that, a conversation, instead of instructing them to wear a face mask or else.
You're harassing me. Get away from me and my child.
You are not welcome here without a mask on.
So here's some of the talking points they offer. I'm curious why you're not wearing a mask, gathering information without really caring about listening what they have to say. They don't tell you to take that into consideration. I see your point. What do you think about the research evidence that shows that wearing a mask can significantly reduce the chance of infection? Where's that research evidence? Are you concerned about your health and your family's? Yep, give them the guilt trip.
I cannot believe that you have the gall and the nerve to try and make somebody do something outside of their own will.
By showing empathy, indicating facts and care, prompting thoughts. But don't listen to anything that they say. Oh God, no, they're wrong thinkers. What are the costs and benefits for you to wear a mask? There is no benefit. What would you do after this conversation in order to make this a habit during these times? This assumes that you've actually made some impact on the person through your shaming. It goes on to stage 4, are you effing kidding me? This is when you're really pissed, you've got to say something. Or spray them in the face with some mace, apparently. If they seem friendly and welcoming, you could bring it up with a motivational interview, Chu says. But if they're not interested in a conversation, I wouldn't mention it. Stage 5, go F yourself. This is it. This is where they tell you to go to if you feel like this person's being really dangerous and not wearing their mask. You know, like, say, if you came across a surgeon with somebody's chest cracked open and they're doing open heart surgery, definitely shit on that guy if he's not wearing a mask. Doesn't really apply to anyone else, though, unless you're wearing one of these. That will help you safeguard against a viral infection. Not these bullshit masks that tell you right on the box. They tell you to wear the mask that tells you it doesn't help you against the thing they tell you to wear the mask for. The person seems to willfully be endangering those around them. Your anger is appropriately ballistic. Then whip out your cell phone and record the whole thing, put it up online and get 1 million views, just as you'd scream at a driver doing 100 miles per hour in a school zone. Yep, that's exact same, you guys. If you've tried the softer approach and hit a wall of willful ignorance or downright anger, get help. The on-site manager or another employee should enforce the business's rules a la no shirt, no shoes, no service.
Come to the office with me.
No, I'm not going anywhere with you. You're insane.
Get out. I am
No,
the
you're
manager
not.
here. I am the
A
store
manager
manager.
of grocery outlet. You're not an authority figure.
Get out of this store.
What? Oh my gosh, did you see that?
As much legal right as the person may have outside the store to flout mask wearing, inside, it's the store's right to refuse them. Unless they're not wearing a mask for a medical reason. If a person is blatantly putting others at risk, you've tried the above tactics and you're not in a business setting and want to get a message across, go for it. Let loose a salvo of swear words. Sometimes you just need to yell. The thing I worry about the most with these masks, guys, is that people's communication skills are going in the toilet. Okay? First of all, you cannot hear a motherfucker. Sorry, Mommy Wiki. So, first of all, you cannot hear anyone correctly when they're wearing one of these masks. Alright? Especially if they're wearing the ones with the inserts in them, the cloth ones, you cannot hear a word they're saying unless you're literally 3 or 4 feet away from them. Not social distancing. Also, the bottom half of their face is covered up, and you cannot tell when a person's about to let loose a salvo of swear words, as this article puts it. People are getting testier and testier, and the masks don't help in any way. I mean, if you're missing some teeth, or if you're this dude, then yeah, definitely wear a mask, because that's just a spittle factory on his face. Jesus. So why are we supposed to be wearing these things? Most likely, in my opinion, it's to remind people that there's this deadly viral infection going around. Because the deaths aren't going up, the cases are increasing because the testing's increased, but the deaths are still going down. They need you to be afraid of this. They need you to be afraid of this viral infection if they're going to maintain the control that they have since the beginning of the year. And think about how much you've been controlled in that time. Anyways, that's all I got for you. Don't yell at each other, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.